follow along with me for 5 minutes. We're going to quad mash with the bar. If you don't have a barbell, you can use a softball-sized ball or a foam roller, and you can get into a plank position and still hit the same muscle groups. So we're going to lift one end of the bar and then situate our legs into a baby doll seated position. Adjust the bar so that way it's equal pressure on your legs. I'm going to put our 5-minute clock up and get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just gently roll the bar all the way down to the bottom of the kneecap and then all the way up to the hips. And while I'm doing this, I can push the bar a little bit into one leg versus the other, depending on kind of what I'm feeling during this first minute of exploring the muscles. You may feel like there's a tight part that you want to get into. You can see I'm doing little rolls, or around the kneecap, you may find some connecting tissues that feel like there's lumps that the bar is sliding across. And that just means that we need to do maybe some pressure points. So it's okay to put some pressure on something that is really tight and then relax. And then roll onto it, put pressure on it, and relax. So I'm around the kneecap doing that, but let's just say you're on one leg. You can put some pressure on it and then relax. And then I like to go back to gentle massages. So that's probably been a little over a minute. Now what we want to do is go into the IT band. So I'm going to take the pressure of the bar off. I'm going to bring one leg in and my other leg sideways. And then I'm going to scooch the bar so that way the end of the bar is kind of up and off of this leg, and I have kind of some good access to this IT band. Now some people are like, where am I supposed to target? And basically where the seam of your pant is where we want to roll. This is very, very tender, so it's possible that you may need to use the fat part of the bar. It's going to have the less weight and also more surface area, which means that you're not going to feel as much pain when you're doing it. That may be a starting place for you that's necessary. So I want to hit this angle. We're not under the leg and we're not on top of the leg. This is the side. The closer I get to the knee, boy, does it hurt. Actually, the whole thing hurts. Who am I kidding? And I'm just going to spend a little more time. So this hip crease area tends to be really tender on me. So I'm just going to push in, pull up, push in. It's kind of like kneading dough, really. Think about your muscles like you're making a pizza. So feel some tightness in there, but I don't want to just stay there. I really want to still give attention to the rest of my leg. So even though I could stay in the hip crease a little longer, I don't want to avoid these other areas, because after all, our muscles are always working together as a domino effect, a unit. So if you have one tight area in multiple places, then we still want to try to get equal attention to the other areas that are problems. But now I'm going to switch legs. I'm going to go back to the baby doll position. I'm going to move the bar to the other side. So I'm going to bring my leg in and let this knee kind of rest on top of the foot. Just find a comfortable position for yourself. Everybody's mobility is different. Some people, of course, like to be like this. I like to have my leg slightly extended instead of completely bent. So that's why I'm in this position. And we're just going to gently, now you might find that when you switch legs, it's a whole new set of pain. And you didn't realize actually how nice and supple you got one leg, and you're starting with the pain over again. But just remember to breathe. When you feel pain, you want to make sure that we're not tensing up, that you take nice deep breaths. And you don't want to avoid the spots that hurt. You want to lean into those spots that hurt. When I say lean in, I mean figuratively, not actually literally, but maybe literally, huh? So for me, around the kneecap really hurts because I've used those muscles quite a bit during the ski season. And of course, right at the hip crease is always somewhere that gives me personally those problems. And who knows, maybe you need that as well. Keep exploring too. Like you can see I'm getting a little bit closer to this like very side of my hip. This area causes quite a bit of pain in your back or knee when it gets tight. So I actually like to hit this with a softball, which in a video where I have kind of like a hip hamstring softball mash, watch out for that video because it's also really, really great. It's hard to get that back area with the barbell. So that has been 5 minutes. If you feel like you're needing some extra attention on your legs, 5 minutes isn't enough. Definitely spend 10 to 15 minutes just working on your body, 10 minutes per leg even. However, I like to work on both of them at the same time, so spending a cumulative 20 minutes could be really better than just like getting one leg really, really loose and then the daunting feeling that you have to start over again with a whole new leg. So those are just my tips. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. And if you have any questions about mobilizations or any of the videos on my channel, feel free to reach out.